The Orange had a captains and staff meeting in which head coach Felicia Leggett-Jack told them thank you. Thank you for getting us to this point in the season with this much success, but if you think that's enough, I need to know right now because we need more. It was still O'Hare's first time in the United States, and he says Syracuse felt surprisingly like a rugby city. Head coach Adrian Autry said that tonight's double overtime win against Cal was about Will. The man who led that charge, it's in his name. William Kyle III smashed his career high in rebounds, but nobody's wanted it more than Joey Spallina. He saw the headlines last May. Spallina silent. Maryland embarrasses Syracuse. Schaller takes Spallina's lunch money. D-Trash has picked up over 900 pounds of litter, and their impact is being felt even here at City Hall. Every team has a story, and for head coach Felicia Leggett-Jack, this Syracuse women's basketball team tells theirs through offensive rebounds. She says they represent your fight, the size of your heart. What are you willing to get thrown out of the gym for? Shovels hit the dirt this week for Micron, but it's a race against time, as they have to have this lane cleared out by March 31st. There's never really been any doubt about how good this team is in the Dome, but in recent years, the road, and especially the cold, has sometimes brought out the worst of the Orange. The Orange was shot out of a cannon to start the third quarter, scoring 7 goals, the most in a single quarter this season, and something they only did twice all of last year. Micron's complex will be built about 6 miles from Oneida Lake, but Smartin says those wetlands impact this water. After the game, Coach Gate just laughed. He said, I didn't even know that I was 8th on that list, but what I do know is that Joey Spallina is one of the most hardworking kids on this team, and he deserves every bit of success that's come his way. Well, it's nothing but heartbreak for SMU fans here on Valentine's Day as Nate Kings drives in, beats the buzzer with the left hand, and the Orange knock off the Mustangs 79-78 here in the Dome. But it's not the competition that brings Norfolk or even the fans back here each year. It's the message that showing up here sends. But there is a bright spot for the Orange. Following this game, UNC will play Duke, and this has been the trap game for the Tar Heels. They have struggled before they play Duke. It was all Tar Heels the first time these two played, but it was also all Caleb Wilson. And without the ACC's 4th best scorer, well, a season record 23,500 fans packed the Dome looking for some magic. They just got 2 wins in a row over Cal and SMU, but it's teams like Duke that this fan base expects to at least have a chance against. And earlier this season, Sophie Burrows talked about how it took this team just 1 practice to realize how good Uche Azoje, the freshman, is right here in the paint. That benching definitely a move that caught the Orange faithful off guard, but it's one that worked. Evan, what have you noticed from the fan base on the benching of Donnie Freeman? Layla, that last sub out, you walk off the floor with your seniors to a standing ovation. What are the emotions of that moment?
A lot of different emotions.
And then, of course, your story, you suffered the eye injury last season. You talk about wanting to find confidence in this season with Syracuse. How have you grown there with Coach Jack?
Next ball, lads, that's better. It's funny the way life turns out for you.
3 years ago, Colin O'Hare left Dublin for Syracuse.
Everyone gets an opportunity in their lives at some stage to do something that they might want to give a go at, and so that opportunity come up and I put my hand up.
He accepted an offer to become the new head coach of the Syracuse University men's club rugby team through a partnership formed with Leinster Rugby, the premier club in Ireland where he coached.
Move the ball! Go forward, Patrick!
The goal is to grow the game in the United States ahead of its hosting of the 2031 and 2033 men's and women's Rugby World Cups. He said he knew that task would be difficult.
You can imagine someone coming from Syracuse going to university at UCD with Leinster Rugby and trying to develop American football.
But the opportunity gave him a chance he'd always wanted to take.
Growing up, I would have heard about America and what it was like, and you know the culture and the people and that. So it sort of struck a bell with me when I came out. It was always something I wanted to do. Good feed, Patrick. Fight through.
O'Hare says his mission starts through youth outreach with coaching clinics and camps. And in just 3 summers, kids from over 25 different states have attended.
I'm just delighted that there has been such a buy-in at the youth, high school and club level.
Bob Wilson has been the faculty advisor of the club for over 40 years and says O'Hare has made an immediate impact both on and off the field.
We've been so fortunate that he is the character that he is.
Read animated on your dancing.
Very receptive, very open, very inclusive.
Those traits hit home with players like Jonathan Bonnell, a first-year graduate student.
Colin was really instrumental in helping me find my place, I guess. You know, he was always encouraging me to do more.
2 hands!
and they've brought the team as a whole together.
I've never had a coach who really pushes you guys to like come together and like be one.
To get students like Bunnell on board, O'Hare shares a similar message that he was recruited by to start playing rugby back home.
It doesn't matter who you are, where you're from, what shape or size, height, weight, there's a position for you on the field.
He says there's still a lot of work to do to grow rugby nationwide, but he's glad to get his start in a city built on what the sport represents.
The values of rugby is very much transparent here in all walks of life. Very industrious, hard-working city and university, and it's very ambitious as well. I like that.
But even the impact that's already here will be heard of for years to come.
I can't wait, when I get older, I get to talk about the fact that I played for Syracuse rugby and I got to play underneath Colin, who was with Leinster. I think that's a gift, and I just think it's really cool.
In Syracuse, Spencer Buley, NCC Sports.
Our grand total for today is 172.3 pounds of trash. Okay.
D-Trash Syracuse has been cleaning the city for 5 months. Erica Aller organized the group in June.
I started feeling hopeless about the world and just the state of the world. And I was like, well, is there anything I could do? I guess it's picking trash.
D-Trash meets monthly. Aller finds a location and posts it to social media.
I take a scouting walk and I try and find trash around. More often than not, there is trash readily available.
D-Trash has picked up over 900 pounds of litter, and their impact is being felt even here at City Hall.
It is a huge help.
Sol Munoz, Syracuse's senior public information officer, says D-Trash is helping out sanitation workers.
Although we have our environmental services crews that do go out and litter pick, they obviously can't cover the whole city.
Aller says the problem starts small,
They must not care, or they don't think it's an issue.
but builds up over time.
People think, oh, it's already bad. What more will my contribution make it worse?
As D-Trash continues to work,
Getting on your hands and knees, wow.
picking up a variety of items, from cigarette butts to car batteries,
Hazardous waste.
a community is growing.
It's the heart of why I made this, right?
For what started as a therapeutic activity has turned into a monthly gathering
Thank you so much for coming out.
with nearly 30 volunteers.
I put up some posts on Reddit and Facebook, and people found me. I had no idea that this would happen.
Spencer Buley, Spectrum News.